Hello, Gary. Are you enjoying the Cubs game? It's a great day here at Wrigley Field, even for a White Sox fan like me.
Yes, I am. These are my people, you know.
Your people?
Yes, folks from the big city. Chicago, you know.
Gary, didn't you grow up on some smelly pork farm in southern Michigan?
Well, I guess so. But I'm rich now.
So why do you relate to these people at the Cub game on the north side of Chicago?
Well, I suppose because we are white and have lots of money. You wouldn't know about that, since you are a liberal.
Gary, I don't consider myself a liberal.
Yes, you are. You want to give all my tax money to poor people who don't work and use welfare money to buy blackberries, Cheetos, and beer.
Where do you come up with this stuff? I only said that we are not going to let people die from preventable medical diseases, so maybe we should find a way to pay for their health care.
Yeah, right. You are a socialist. Just like Obama. You want to give my kids college money to crack whores. I know all about anti-American traitors like you. I suppose you also don't like the war in Iraq either. Right?
Well, Gary, it is pretty expensive and achieves no purpose. The $6 billion we spend every month in Iraq could take care of a lot of poor kids here on Medicaid. Not to mention saving our soldiers' lives.
Medicaid? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Instead of creating a friendly democracy in Central Asia, you would rather cripple the next generation of welfare recipients with a handout which will only teach them how to be dependent.
I was talking about providing immunizations and milk and maybe a basic education.
That's where it always starts. You know that. It's a slippery slope. Then they grow up and use welfare money to buy fur coats and gold chains. Only to rob me when I walk down the street.
Now you're just being silly.
No, I'm not. Why do poor kids need an education anyway? Studies show that children's progress in school is directly proportional to their parents' intelligence. If your mom is a crack whore and your dad is non-existent, then why bother getting an education? Especially with my taxed money. My kids go to St. Stephen's anyway.
If you're Catholic, don't you believe in the value of each individual? Like Mother Teresa?
Only if they can pay for it.
Humph. You sound deranged.
No. My kids are going to grow up to be productive members of society.
You know that already?
Yes, because I'm a productive member of society myself. Did I mention that I pay taxes?
Don't you think that you derive some benefit from paying taxes?
No. I pay $8,000 in property taxes to educate poor kids and $7,000 per year in tuition to the Catholic school for my kids. So, no, I do not think I derive $15,000 of benefit.
Why do you send your kids to private school? You just told me that they are going to be productive members of society because their parents are intelligent. Why do they need a special school?
It's not a special school. It's a Catholic school.
It must be special compared to the public school.
Listen, are you saying my kids need a special school? Because if you are...
Gary, I'm only asking why you are wasting money on private school tuition if your kids are guaranteed to do well no matter what.
All I know is that I'm sick and tired of paying for education for kids whose parents don't work. They're freeloaders.
Freeloaders? What would those kids grow up to be if they remain uneducated?
I don't give a shit about those kids. If their own parents don't care, why should I?
It's called enlightened self-interest. We are all better off if everyone is able to contribute. The cost of education is far cheaper than the cost of dealing with an uneducated underclass. Have you ever read any Charles Dickens?
You're a stinking liberal and I can't stand your filthy socialist propaganda. But what should I expect from you, and your half-African president? Spend all my money, why don't you? You and your brown shirt friends will march me off to the fucking gulag or the concentration camp. But you can't. Do you know about the Second Amendment? Have you ever heard of John Galt? The whole society will break down, and you'll be sorry. This is Planet of the Apes, I tell you, and I'm the only productive member of society. You don't like Sarah Palin, because you are sexist. A sexist liberal panko snob who is intimidated by a powerful woman. That's what you are, and it makes me want to puke. Why do you hate America?
Okay, Gary. Maybe we should not talk about politics anymore. You seem a bit agitated.
Humph.
Hey, look. The Cubs just blew a 3-run lead in the ninth.
Yeah, the Cubs suck too.
Too bad. Gary, let's go home now.
Did I ever tell you how much income tax I paid last year? It was a lot.
You're embarrassing yourself. Let's go.